welcome everyone to Berkeley and California Memorial Stadium, where they've been filing in since early this morning, ready to support their sturdy Golden Bears. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the NC State Wolfpack taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the California Golden Bears. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Cal Bears offense is on the field for the first time today. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. And the Golden Bears moving quickly to the line. Gets away. Powers through the defender. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You know, for a pass rush, it's all about constricting the quarterback and just pushing these offensive linemen, moving them backward, and building that fence around the QB so there's nowhere for him to go. QB was able to make a few guys miss, but he inevitably went down.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So the NC State Wolfpack comes out, and they'll have the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Really important. Going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
All kinds just plowing down the field. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, NC State!
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. And he takes this from inside the 5. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really really quickly. They need to put something together here, Coleman.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective...
Nothing but green ahead. He's inside the 40. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him.
Well, there's a big run on offense, and guys, I don't think a defender even touched him anywhere near the line of scrimmage. That's how big that hole was.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Takes the easy one to the back. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. He's got it. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. They'll go to the ground. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Golden Bears will hustle to the line. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Quick handoff. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. The ball squirts free. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And the quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. But you do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football.
Oh, look out. There he goes. The 40. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
And you want to put a winning streak together like this team has? Run the football and create explosive plays. Nice job by the offense, showing the speed. How about the blocking up front? Everybody blocking, getting a hat on a hat, creating the explosive run.
Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Wolfpack. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. He'll pull it on the read. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. And the Golden Bears will send out the punt unit.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They'll toss it to the left. Still running at the 40. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Looking for a productive play on first down. Give to the running back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Well, the offense is coming off the field. They didn't have enough yards to get that first down anyway, but by putting it on the ground, they killed any shot of maintaining this drive, and now their defense has to take over in a sudden change situation.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. The Golden Bears come to the line in the hurry-up. The play-action fake. Throws to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Get set. Go.
He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Leaves it with the running back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. And now on 2nd down for this offense. How about these 2 running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second.
Got it.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
Green 25.
He's looking to throw. Sweet feet on the move. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one.
Flex, flex, flex.
On third down, he drops to throw. Got him downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Jackrabbit.
Looking to throw on second down. Fires to the wideout. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats.
And that ball's free behind the line. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. On first down, here comes this offense.
Moves.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst.
Touchdown, North Carolina State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 28-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Arizona is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Tucson. but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by a field goal over Iowa State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Quarterback on the keeper. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. And the Golden Bears will punt it away on fourth down. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Here we go.
Trying to get the edge on the toss. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Okay, ready?
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Cobra. Ready?
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the set.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
Clear. Come on, set.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his
29.
hands.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, NC State. Ready?
First and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score.
Clear.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, NC State. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got it. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Ellington. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The aerial assault continues. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. He's going to pass. He'll try to do it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Looking to pass on second down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Just got to finish the play. If you're the wide receiver, you got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Oh, he just flat dropped it. He had the ball and didn't look it all the way in, and it'll be 4th down. The Golden Bears decide to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go.
He tries to take the top off. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Flying out to the left. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play. Acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Well, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
He'll pull it down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
You know, we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Fires and picked off. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Timeout, NC State. On the set.
Inside a half minute to play. Would they dare go for a score here?
Get set, get set. Alert, alert.
Looking to go up top on first down. Slips away. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now second and long from the 21. He's looking to throw. He lets it fly. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half.
Lasso, lasso.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters today from there in Berkeley. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside California Memorial Stadium.
Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. They'll run the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
Ryan just way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And look, I know this offense made some adjustments at halftime, and they couldn't wait to get back out on the field and try to generate a score. But their defense is playing lights out. So to me right now, this is a no-brainer. After the incompletion on third, just punt it away and let your defense eat.
And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets...
And the quarterback is snowed under. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Fires to the right. And that ball is picked off. And he will step out of bounds, but what a way to get the ball back for his offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. He finds his man. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
29 Philly.
To the ground with the back. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Hurley. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. And the Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try the run. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Some misdirection with the counter. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Moves.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. Between the uprights, it's good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. They're bringing heat. And that defense gets to... Goes at the 9.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
He'll pitch it. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Going deep. Makes the grab on the right. Afterburner's coming. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And the punishment has been extended.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Arizona looks like 5 miles of bad road today. Offensively, the wheels have come off. Defensively, it's been one pothole after another. They're trailing by 14 to Iowa State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass and make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll keep it himself. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
I don't need it to be pretty. I just need my inches. 3rd down in inches. Nice job by getting the first down. Always fall forward, play physical. Don't get east and west. Stay north and south. Nice job by the running back.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Golden Bears are on the move. The give. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Running back searching for a hole. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. This time they'll go to the running game. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd down, going up top. Caught behind the line. It's Ellington. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of their way with their fingernail. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, first down. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The offense set for a first down play.
Let's go!
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue into him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defense.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work.
325.
Motion from the offense. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10.
Longer. Hornet.
Quarterback checking off. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Time to take a shot. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Gets rid of it. Gets it out fast. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. New set of downs after that completion.
Moves.
Leaves it with the back. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Ready, set.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6.
42 Spider. 4-2 Lion. Lion.
He's looking to throw. He uncorks one deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, picked off. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. Actually, you probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He wants to throw. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He'll pull it down and run. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand.
Ready.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Clear. Clear.
He's looking to throw it. Going to try to get it himself. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Fires the pass, intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. They've got the screen set up. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Golden Bears will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a Cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
2nd and 10 here.
Go! Let's go!
He's looking to throw. He's going for it all. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. You have a big lead in the 4th quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, and saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head. There's some, I want to beat you on recruiting trail and in the future, and, kind of take that, a little rub their nose in it.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Okay, ready?
Wolfpack will have 1st and 10.
Cricket!
Looking to move it through the air. Got his man down the middle. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. From the red zone, looking for a space. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away.
29.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
NC State 56, Cal 6.
Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look,
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
the defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been...
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll field it close to the 50. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good.
And they get the sack right out of the gate.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They're trying to get to him. Working the middle. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. The Wolfpack hoping to pay off this red zone trip. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th down. 2 for 3 so far in this one. They'll try it on the ground. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
How about that 4th down? I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the 1st down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick, tick, tick.
Yep. Listen, it's just imposing your will, right? You know you're running it. The opponent knows you're running it there on 4th down. There's just nothing they can do to stop it.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Ready, ready. Set. Hut.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.